All and welcome to the Labor's Live Show. I am your host, Tony Staten, representing the Labor's District Council business managers and the members. And you are listening to Labor's Live on WURD, WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM. You're also watching us on WURD Facebook page, where we at the Labor's District Council, Lesson Fund, are sharing the feed. We are sharing it at Lecet, Lecet, Philly 5 County. And you're also live streaming on wordradio.com. And the call-in number today is 215-634-8065. 1-866-361-0900. And folks, it's a beautiful day to start off the holiday. And guess what? I am riding solo today. So if you are listening, listeners, and tuning in members, please join me and be my co-host today. Or else you're going to have to hear my voice by myself for 55 minutes. But I'm all right with that because I'm here for you, and I'm here for the members, and I'm here for the listeners, and just everybody. So again, the call-in number is 215-634 8065 1-866-361-0900. And what I want to do today is, of course, we had a fabulous ribbon cutting of the Labor's Training Center, Samuel Staten Jr. building, this past Friday, which was such a great event. It was an excellent turnout. And I just want to take this time because it was like a whirlwind day. You know how folks, if you're getting married and everything that leads up to the wedding, and then once the wedding happens, is like, oh, that person was there. Oh, this happened. So it was such a whirlwind. I really want to take the time today and take my time and thank everyone who participated. I first want to start with Word Radio because they are on this journey with us. Everything that the laborers have, we do, our family day, the ribbon cutting, election time, they're with us, a partnership. This is one of the best partnerships that we have. So I'd like to thank Word family, the Word family. You guys remind me so much of the laborers because, it's like family when we're together. Although it's work, it's family. So I want to, give a shout out to Sarah Lomax Reese. I want to thank Troy. I want to thank Eric for such an awesome day. You guys work so hard behind the scenes. I want to thank Lisa. I want to thank everybody, at the Word of Radio and family that just helps the laborers, put the word out. Allow us to use this platform, rather, to get all the good news and things that we do out to the audience, to our members. So thank you, thank you. But I also would like to start with the day's event that we had on Friday, the grand opening. And I want to thank our business manager of the Labor's District Council, Mr. Ryan Boyer, the MC of the day, the master of ceremonies. He is just so awesome, and he is great, and he puts it out there, and he's so sincere, and he does it well. So I want to thank you, Mr. Boyer, for a great job that you always do as our MC. I want to thank James Harper, and I also want to thank Esteban Vera, for all that they do. They are contributors in the sense they're members, Local 413 and Local 57, between the staff that works for us, from their locals and the great things they do at the Labor's Training Center, from the instructors to, like I said, the staff that take care of the grounds, that take care of the administrative part of it, from those two locals. I want to thank you all for that. I want to thank you to all the staff from the training school, Tracy, Mo. I'm giving shout outs to everybody because, yes, I am thankful and grateful because guess what? What you guys see and you hear comes together in the background, right? So I want to thank all of the workers that come from the locals that helped out for that day and always help out. I want to thank Nadia Ralston. She was a representative from the director of Southeast Regional Office at the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. She represented, she was there for Governor Wolf, who really helped this project fruition. It comes to, building the training center, because we received funds, from the state that helped a lot with this training center. And although we had a lot of politicians who lobby for us in a sense because they understand and know how important training is to the community, to our members, Wolf signed the check. Simple as that. He signed the check. So we are thankful and grateful to him. We are thankful and grateful to State Representative Vincent Hughes, who was there, he couldn't stay, folks, but he was there for the most important part, which was the actual ribbon cutting. Early that morning, we had a small crowd, and he was there. So thank you for all that you do and you've done, Dwight Evans. They really understand and understood how important this training center means to the community, means to our members again, and they were fighting a good fight to make sure that we receive some funding, a lot of funding. I don't want to, you know, shorten it or take it lightly or for granted. We are grateful. We are thankful that you understood the vision to come on North Ward Street, 1333. Yes, folks, that's the address. So play that number. Is a good number. And we want to thank you all for that. I'm going down the list real quick. I want to thank Ben Connors. He is the president and CEO of the General Contractors Association. Amy Hennessy, executive director and employee. Um, Bricklayers Association, John Doherty spoke, Patrick Eiding, also Patricia Crosby from the Yorktown Community Organization. I want to thank you because, again, folks, it's all about the community and getting the community involved and knowing that, you know, it's going to take the Yorktown community and other organizations and other communities to help, with bringing the folks in, getting the word out, because the laborers can't do it by themselves, right? So we need people like Yorktown community organizations to help and assist us. So I want to thank you, Patricia Crosby, for always being the forefront and speaking on behalf of the community. I want to thank the Honorable Darrell Clark. I want to thank John LeConte. He is one of the Launa, our executive director of training and education from our Launa Fund. He came down from D.C. And I also want to thank Denny Martier. He is the vice president and regional manager of the Laborers International Union of North America. And on a personal tip, I would like to thank Anthony Lewis. And now these are one who spoke. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, on a Facebook at Word, or hear it rather on Facebook because it wasn't on Facebook. You heard it on Word Radio. We had a YouTube link where you can actually watch the whole 2 hour ceremony. And I just want to say, folks, and I'm going to go back and forth and back a little bit, but we were on time. I just want to say it was a 2 hour program, and yes, we were on time. So kudos and shout out to everyone to make sure we met the mark of timing, to make sure that everyone was able to speak and that it started at 10 and it was over at 12. So thank you, everyone. We were on time. So like I said, on a personal note, we had folks who spoke on behalf of Sam Staton Jr., who bears his name on the building. His uncle, Anthony Lewis, we call him Uncle Tony. He spoke about and I wrote my notes, he spoke about the young Mr. Staton and how, him and his dad would go back and forth and through it because Mr. Staton, as he always had said and shared, that he was a hard-headed, young man growing up. So him and his dad would go through when he was younger. He really tested his father. So his uncle spoke about, how far he's come since that time and how important it is, folks, to not give up on children. And in the second hour, when we come back from commercial, we're going to talk about our children, the communities, and what they're facing when you talk about gun violence. But I want to just continue these thank yous real quick. I also want to thank Corey Robinson, Mr. Staton's brother. He spoke about the importance of how the union started with a father and started with a son, and Sam Staton Sr. and now Sam Staton Jr. And I thought that was really heartfelt and warm in how he spoke about his brother and his dad. Malik Staton, Mr. Staton's son, was there, and he spoke about family and how his dad was really present in his life with his sisters and his other siblings and things of that nature, which was very, very touching. And Mr. Staton himself, once he was introduced, he spoke about the importance of the school and how he wants to make sure that he ensures that the members are prepared for the workplace, for the job sites, because that's what this training is about. It's about being prepared. As much as we want to just jump into these communities and pull these young men and young women into jobs, you got to make sure they're prepared so they'll last. You can't set them up for failure, folks. You got to make sure that they're prepared. And it's all about being prepared, preparation. So he spoke a lot about that and how that's important, and that, how the Labor's District Council is a union of second chances, and how it's important to give people second chances. And once again, how his father, didn't give up on him. And at times he felt like he wanted to, but he didn't. And I just thought that was just, really, really important to put out there. I'm not finished thanking folks, so I just want to also thank Alan Parham, who is the administrator of the training center. He's the business administrator of the Labor District Council, and he makes sure that everything, every T is crossed and every I is dotted when we have these great events. I want to thank Pat Jones. She was the event coordinator. Her organization or her business is JM Creative Enterprises. I want to thank all of the news media, because without you, a lot of people don't even know that the labors exist. So I want to thank Channel 6 and Fox. I want to thank the Tribune. I want to a great article that they did. I want to thank the Scoop News USA Media. They had a nice front page picture and article on the training school. And what else? And this is I'm just so thankful and grateful that I'm able to take the time to use this platform to thank everyone, because it was a huge event. You all know I've talked about this building, from the time that they was tearing William Penn down to in our partnership with Temple to create this training center. And Cody and I talked about this all the time, that we could not wait for this day to come. And the day, it was last Friday, and it was awesome, like I said, and it was a great day. And it wasn't a stuffy day because it was a bunch of dignitaries there, and, there. It was like family. Troy and I spoke about this behind the scenes, how it was just like family, seeing people you haven't seen in a long time, and, a really laid back event. Everybody was happy just to be in the presence, because they understand, and they know how important this training center is, getting people prepared, for jobs in a sense. And I just want to look over, make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. And guess what? If I am, please charge my head and not my heart. Because, like I said, this training center day came, and we were just so proud. And let me just tell you about this huge tent real quick. And if you drove down Broad Street, you would have seen the tent. It was like a Cirque du Soleil tent. It was huge. And it probably was about 200 plus people under the tent. But it was so big, it was roomy. I also want to thank, while I'm saying this, the Syndicate Video, because they were the video production that gave us the opportunity to stream the event live on YouTube. And they also helped me create this beautiful commercial of the training center. So I'm thankful and grateful to that. I also want to thank Bill Anderson. Bill Anderson and Fox News yesterday did a nice little segment on the school. They went to the training center yesterday. They had a little intimate session in the bays, and apprentices were there putting scaffolds together, just showing the work, some of the works that we do. And I want to thank Bill Anderson and the producer, Belinda, for that opportunity. Like I said, getting the word out. And Angel Hernandez, who is the training school director. And if you were listening last Friday, he was the gentleman who joined me. It's his training school in a sense. Like, he is there every day from 6 a.m. to 4:30 or 6 o'clock at night sometimes, making sure that everything, that all the members have what they need classroom-wise, the setting, everything. He can describe and tell you what that school has technology-wise, from the smart boards to whatever equipment is in the bays. He is very thorough, and I'm happy for him for this journey that Roscoe Green from Local 413 had been the training school director for many, many years, and has a lot of knowledge and experience. So he was able to pass the baton. So I'm grateful to Roscoe Green and all of the great years that he gave the laborers. We do appreciate you, Roscoe, and you have really done your duty developing Angel Hernandez and taking over and passing the baton. So we're thankful and grateful to you. And that's what it's about. We talked about the brotherhood and sisterhood and solidarity of a team that makes this training school what it is today. And I said in my speech, if you were listening, it is not just about the one person's name that's on the building, Mr. Sam Staton Jr., but it's about the team. His brothers rather, Ryan Boyer and Esteban Vera Jr. and James Harper Jr. It's about a team, and that they're what they envision, and what's important that they understand is that they want to champion that facility because they want to make sure that the members have all the tools, equipment that they need, and knowledge to be successful on the jobs, folks. And I'm just so happy and grateful to be a part of that. We're about to go to commercial soon, but I want you all to know too that we're going to talk a little bit about today because, like I said, I'm by myself, but I'd love for you to join in after the commercial. We're going to talk about the gun violence. We're going to talk about how it is really destroying our community, our young children, the mothers and fathers that are, losing their kids to gun violence, the adults that are, dying of gun violence. What is going on, and we have to talk about it. And I figure what a great time when I don't have a guest and it could just be me and the listeners just talking. So please, when we come back from commercial, do not hesitate. um, Two children have died, this week, 10-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl. And yes, you have the right to bear arms. Like the police commissioner or the chief said, someone spoke earlier on the news saying, but you have to be responsible. So we got to talk about gun violence. It's in our city, and we have an obligation to, folks. So we're going to go on a commercial. We'll be right back, and please join me for more Labors Live.
Now, a traffic update on WURD Radio.
Good afternoon. We are keeping tabs on a few problems out there. Tractor-trailer fire still causing issues on 95 in Delaware southbound. Everything shut down Naaman's Road to Harvey Road. Traffic forced off on the 495 southbound. Meanwhile, Schuylkill Expressway has an accident eastbound between 202 and Gulf Mills. The left lane is blocked there. Traffic's jammed. More delays, Blue Route to Belmont Avenue, Montgomery Drive to the Vine, and Passyunk Avenue to Broad Street. 76 westbound jams University Avenue to the Vine. And we got some delays on 95 northbound, Chichester Avenue to Highland Avenue. Also the Betsy Ross Bridge to Bridge Street, and southbound we back up in South Philly, Walt Whitman Bridge to Broad Street. Report brought to you by ExpressPros.com. Now's the time to get a new job. Express Employment Professionals never charges job seekers a fee and has more than 35,000 job openings with high demand in construction, driving, logistics, and administrative jobs. Find a location near you at ExpressPros.com or on the Express Jobs app. For more traffic info, log on to SigAlert.com. I'm Jason Lee with your Philadelphia area traffic.
Between family dinners, bedtime stories, and study sessions, Pico knows that life never stops moving. So if your energy bills are adding up, Pico has programs available, like new payment options, flexible billing, and financial assistance to help you manage your bills and your budget for the essential energy you and your family need. Learn how Pico can help keep your life moving with payment arrangements. See if you qualify at pico.com/help.
Stand with WURD Radio, Pennsylvania's only black-owned talk radio station. Join the movement to keep the conversations going and amplify the voice of the black community. Show your support. Start or renew your full WURD membership today at WURDradio.com or call 215-425-7875. WURD TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at ForWord. WURD TV. Black Talk Media.
Welcome back, folks, to more Labors Live. And yes, I forgot someone. Kyle Anderson, Special Project Consultant. He was so helpful. He's always so helpful. He's been working with me for the past month, and I'm so grateful for this partnership. And Kyle, thank you so much for a fabulous day because you were really so supportive and so just helpful. I just don't know what I would have done without you. And also to AJ and Saraya Staten. With that being said, we're going to take a call real quick. R&B from Alney. Hello?
Yes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Talk to me.
That's good. I attended a laborers training school. I don't know if this is associated the same way, but that was back in 1986 in Exton, PA. I only got to do the first week, which was line foreman and safety. Mm-hmm. And it was a great course. I learned a lot. It was interactive and stayed on campus. It was a beautiful campus and a pretty cool experience. And when we came back at the end of that week, we were thrown right out there on the job site as my first construction job. Now, luckily, we were young and eager to learn, big, strong guys, and we were with a pretty good crew of veterans, and it didn't take them long to kind of weed through the guys and kind of take us under the wing, and we got through it. We learned a whole lot, and we adapted and learned equipment and everything else. But I know things are changing constantly, technologically, equipment-wise, and everything else from 1986. And also back then, the school was free. So the two questions I have now: this school, and you said it's on Broad Street where William Penn High used to be.
Yes.
All right. Is it? What is the cost? Is it still free? Is it week by week? How does that work, or is it the same training setup in the sense of you take each week it's concentrating on one particular aspect, and the next week?
Well, to answer your question, so are you a member still?
Now?
Yes.
No.
You retired?
Yeah. My last year was like 1990.
Oh, he said. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no, it's definitely still free. So what it is, and I'm so glad that you asked that question because there's such a misconception of it. So the school is just like it was in Exton. It's free for the members, right? Because it's the laborers' school. So the laborers, in the sense of all the members, have access to all the free classes, hands-on. We have a schedule now, Kyle, that's on the on our website. Our website, you can go to myldctraining.com, and you'll see the schedule. My LDC, and LDC stands for Laborers District Council.
Right.
Training.com.
Okay.
And,
all right.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, real quick, for the members. Now, when we went the first week, we weren't in the union yet, but the guarantee was we would get jobs after we took the training, whether we got the job right away after the 1 week or if we had to go through, I don't know, I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks of the full cohort of trainings. And I know the next one would have been productivity analysis. So how does one become a member to something that you have no training in to be able to go to the school?
So what we do is, and you might have been part of what they call now an apprenticeship program. So basically what we do is we get people in through an apprenticeship program. So what an apprenticeship program does is that we will do a call out where we know jobs are coming and we need people. And what we'll do is we have an apprenticeship coordinator who will put in the papers, different social media to say, hey, we're having an application, call out application, sign up for the laborers apprenticeship program. And they will come, they will register for the program. All you need is a $10 money order for postage. You need ID, and you need to be drug-free, okay, and a high school diploma. And what they do is, you laughing? Why?
No, I'm laughing about the drug-free part. I said I would hope so.
Listen.
As dangerous as construction is, we don't need anybody on drugs.
Well, you have to really say that. You have to relate that to people because,
Of course, right.
Yes, you have to say that. So, but that's it.
Right.
And you come, you fill the application process, and then after the application, they will contact you and so forth. You'll have, a small testing assessment just to see where your abilities are. Reading, of course, math, and then you go from there. Nowadays, I know what they have. What organizers will go to a job and organize if it's not a union job, and so they will bring people in like that. If they go to construction site, and it's people there doing labor's work that's not in a union, organizers will go out and organize them to become union. But basically, those are the ways that you become a labor in a sense. Now, the school itself is not per se open to the public, but we have programs that
Yeah,
we
well, this
bring
is what I'm trying to I'm understanding most of what you're saying about the apprenticeship aspect of
exactly.
it. But when you go to the website, because there's not too many papers that these guys pick up anywhere, whatever, is there a way to go to that website, the ldctraining.com,
And
and
it'll say
register?
apprenticeship. It'll say apprenticeship program or apprenticeship
Yeah,
fund.
yeah. But can you register on there and with your email or some other form of contact, and also get the announcements about the apprenticeships
Right.
and the
So so you're saying outside of the website?
no, through the website. Can
Right, through
you,
the
once you
website.
register on that website, can you register to get announcements when those apprenticeship opportunities are coming?
Oh, so you mean alerts? So you mean can they get like email blasts and alerts once you
Yeah,
register?
of course, all of the above.
Yes,
To let
yes,
them
yes,
know
yes,
when.
yes. Once you put your information in now I have to check and see to make sure, and that's a great question.
Thank
That does the system only allow you to put your information in if it is a call out for open
you. Yeah.
application? So I will definitely find that out to get that information back. I'll text someone now, to ask them that question. Is it
Hmm.
just open to you to register once we open it up for applicants, or can they put their information in ahead of time to get alerts so they'll know? That's a great question. And if not, I'm going to see how we can set that up, because like you said, people aren't
Yeah.
looking in the papers.
No,
Sometimes
not
they're
to
not
do
even
that.
going to check the website periodically, right?
Right. So that's
So you
why
got
I
to
say,
meet them where they
'cause
are.
most of them got their phones, so they can get text and emails or anything else they set up. But they're
Most
going to
def-
do it through their phones, most likely.
So I appreciate that, and I'm going to take note of that. And like I said, if it's not set up, I'm going to make sure that we get that available, make it available for people just to sign up, and we can push out blast. They call it blasted text or blast alert,
Yeah.
so they can
That,
get it when it comes. I appreciate that. Yes, that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. That would
So,
be awesome. Appreciate
and you
that.
had a great experience, you said, back in, what was it,
Oh
1986,
man,
1989 at
86.
Exton?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a total surprise. I was like, man, this is crazy that something this great, a great of an opportunity exists at no cost in such a good field where you can make money and learn so much, and nobody hardly knew about it. It was word of mouth through the neighborhood. The one guy probably found out some kind of way, and then he told a friend, and then friends told us, and like that. But there was no information in newspapers or whatever about this school or anything like that.
And you're so right. And, even now with technology, when we have the ability to connect, we can connect with the school districts, right? We can
Hmm.
connect with different, programs. A lot of times the youth, they're still hesitant, or the young adults are still hesitant to participate
Hmm.
because they have their challenges when you talk about, learning and things like that. But what they
Yeah.
don't realize is that the laborers, we make it such an inviting
That,
atmosphere.
that's
You
what,
right?
that's what I was going to say. If you get
Yes.
a good teacher like we had, it's basically practical. He's teaching you from a standpoint of practicality and hands-on. So it's not just reading out of books, but we also had films where you could see what they were talking about. And the running theme was, the more you know, the safer you'll be, because the job is very, very dangerous, more than you think in so many ways. Freak accidents happen, and the more you know about safety and the practicality of the work, the better you'll be and the faster you'll learn.
Listen, I'm so
and
glad you
and
called
we did,
in.
and it
Yeah.
was, I was just so mad I couldn't get more of it, because after that first week when we came back, jobs they were there, and all three of us that were on the same job, which also helped because we were friends, and that made us stick together and learn better and help each other, whatever. So it was just a blessing all the way around. Just a lucky that, not lucky, but it was a blessing that everything worked out the way it did.
Yes.
And the rest, as you went on and on, you you got with good foremans, and they took you under their wing, and then they led you to the next job, and So I hope but things did also change in a crazy way where it started to be this backdoor stuff. But I'm hoping that it's not like that anymore. We're picking favorites and guys coming down in the hall the first one, and somebody comes in and they give somebody, one of their buddies, through the back door to jobs and whatever. But that's another conversation.
Yes.
So I'm just hoping
Thank you
things are
so
different
much for calling in, RB. I'm going to look into that, and I appreciate you, and you have a great holiday weekend, okay? Okay, we're going to take Diane. Diane from South Philly. Hello.
Hi, Miss State. It's an honor talking to you. You do such a wonderful job. Oh, God, you are just wonderful. Your spirit is so awesome. And that was a great call you had. It was a really great call. And I had one question, too. I want to know, do the schools, the high school, do they call a union in to talk to the young people and let them know the great future that they could have with the union if they wanted to, do labor work?
Yes, they do. The School District of Philadelphia has a great program, and I hope I get the title right. It's a coordinating network learning program with a lot of the CTE schools where they go in. Recently they've been having like virtual and Zoom programs where the trades will come and they will meet students. They'll talk about all the great opportunities that the trade gives and has for them. They've been doing that a lot. The laborers, we have also what we call our laborers academic workforce program, where we would come and take about 30 kids from the school district up to our Exton school at the time before COVID, of course, and they would have a 2-day event with the life of a laborer, and they will have the educational, part, and they will also have the practical hands-on part. So yeah, we're connecting with the youth, and we're trying our best to connect with them, and get them prepared in a sense. And Diane, they get a little nervous. They get a little nervous and intimidated, but we want to make sure that they get an opportunity to.
That is awesome. I am so proud. I tell my children, I have 4 children, and I was telling them about the building. I said, black man was on that building, and where your father-in-law is on. I'm just so proud to see 2 black men that name is on the building. And you all doing such a wonderful job. I love hearing, every Friday, 4 o'clock.
Thank you.
Y'all do such a wonderful job. And last week when you did the program, I didn't know y'all was coming on, but I was listening. I said, oh, my God, the labor is on. The ceremony was so awesome. And you are, Tony, you are wonderful. My daughter met you. My daughter, and she talks so well of you, how wonderful you are. And I just like your support for the union and support for your husband. And I just want to ask one more question, and I'm going to go.
You're fine.
The State and Family has been around a long time, doing great work. Did your husband ever think about writing a book? He will be good, to write all his stories. So he have a great story where he's been and where he's at now. His story is really incredible.
Yes.
Writing a book about himself.
He has, Diane, and people have approached him. So hopefully, sooner than later he can work on that, because like you said, it's such a great story. And it's a relatable story in a sense when you talk about, black family and black love, just staying strong. And it wasn't easy, like I said, and he wasn't an easy child. He was a hands full. But you know what? His father, his father, Singham State and Senior, had a lot to do with that. And like I said before, it's about not giving up on the kids. As bad as, you feel like you want to because you exhaust the entire Diane, it really is about not giving up on the children.
That is awesome. He's a giant in this city. Your family is a giant, doing great work for the people.
Yes.
So I hope that book comes out, because I'm definitely going, because I'm a mentor for young people and young black boys, and I would get that book for all of them, So I thank God for you, and you are wonderful.
Thank you, Diane. I appreciate you.
You are wonderful. Okay. And God bless you, and continue to do the good work that you are doing. God bless you.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Oh, she was so sweet. Thanks, guys, for helping me host this show today. We have a caller from Nicetown. Hello.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Greetings. Yes, hello. Say your name.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I don't want to mess it up.
Olani,
Okay,
which is short
Olani.
for,
Thank you.
which is short for Olani. And I'm calling. This is the second time I heard your show, and I always turn it on by accident. Anyway, I assume this is a union program.
Yes,
Your
laborers.
training. Yeah, okay. Well, do you need, or would you like to have someone who can teach basic mathematics to your
Basic
students?
math. So what I can do is I can connect you with our training school director.
Okay.
And yes, I can connect you. So can you write my office number down, Olani?
Right. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
I got my pen right on the page.
215
Okay.
922
922
6140
6140
extension 150.
150.
Yes.
And who
I
should I ask
go
for?
ahead.
Who should
I
I
didn't-
ask for?
Tony, you can ask for me. Tony Staten,
Oh. Okay.
and then I'll be able to connect you. Yes.
Okay. I thank you very much because I'm certainly available to teach what I usually do, math.
I appreciate. So you're a retired teacher?
No, I was substitute teaching at the school board. And when the virus came around, everyone forgot who I am.
Oh.
Like I want my job back. So I decided to start my own schooling and see what other places are around. And you came on the radio. I said, oh, wow. I certainly like to work there.
Well, I'm definitely going to definitely make sure you call me, Alani. Okay, I'm not in because I will be on vacation next week, but I am due back on that first. I want to say it's July the 12th. Is that Monday? Please give me a call. Okay, that's my phone
Okay.
number to my office and my extension. All righty.
Is that number you gave me is your phone number?
Yes, to my office and my extension. Okay.
And your name it is?
Tony, Toni Staten, Staten.
Oh, you're Tony Staten. I thought that
I'm
was
Tony
Tony.
Staten. It's
You're
okay.
the real
I'm
Tony Staten.
It's
Thank
only
you
a
very
second
much.
time listening to the show, so it's all right. Bye.
Okay. Have a nice holiday.
You too. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, folks, listen, we're going to take a short commercial break. I appreciate you all being my co-host today. We'll be right back with more Labor's Live.
Tune in Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. to hear Empire Capital and Consulting founder Mark Palmer's show titled Black Money, Black Power. This show centers around black money and how black power is derived from money. Tune in every Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Black Money, Black Power, hosted by Mark Palmer.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
WURD TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at ForWord. WURD TV. Black Talk Media.
Hello, and welcome back to more Labor's Live. I'd like to thank R&B and Olani for calling in and keeping me company today, and all the listeners that are out there. If you didn't call in, it's okay. I know you're still watching. I thank you anyway, and you're listening, and I appreciate you. You know, I can really appreciate the first caller, RB, and saying how his experience at the Exton School was really, special, that he enjoyed it. He didn't expect his experience to be, that of which, he really learned something, and he was able to get a job and to work with the veterans on the work site. And although he didn't think maybe, he not say was able to do it, but a little nervous in the beginning. Who isn't nervous when you're first learning something? But when he got to the job site, what did he say? The veterans were there. The veteran laborers were there to help him. And that's what I want people to understand. Sometimes you just got to put yourself out there, your best foot forward, and allow the blessing to come. And, we understand that it gets scary of the unknown. People don't know what to expect when they enter the training school, members, apprentices. They don't understand, they don't know what to expect. But the experience, we make it so. We want to make sure that we accommodate you, we make you feel comfortable. It's not about how long you've been out of school, away from that type of atmosphere. We have a job to do, which is to make sure you succeed before you walk out those doors. And that is why we are adamant that once you get in there, you will be successful, because we're going to make sure of it. We're not going to allow you to fail, because we understand how much it took for you to walk in those doors, to swallow that pride a little bit, to get over, the fear of the unknown, and to actually come in and allow us to do what we do best, and that's train, and to make sure that you know what safety guidelines when you're on the job, when it comes to the tools, all of the above. We are prepared to help you, members. We are prepared to make sure that you are a success when you finish that class, when you finish the certification, because we want to make sure, and you're going to hear this a lot, throughout the years, that we want to make sure that you're an asset to the contractor, so he could continue to keep taking you on the jobs and say, hey, I want, John Smith, from Labor's Local 413 to come with me, because he's already proven and shown that he's on time, that he's a team, player, and that he works hard. So we want to make sure in this next job, when this job is finished, and the next 30 days when it's finished, that we want to take him with us. And that's what it's about. It's about opening opportunities and keeping those opportunities coming, but not just being an asset to the contractor, being an asset to your local. When you talk about volunteering, when you talk about the different committees that your locals have, and volunteering to make sure that they're out in the community and getting things done, because like I said, we do a lot of internal outreach, but we do a lot of external outreach too in the communities, and that's what it's about, volunteering, and being present in your union. And so with that being said, don't be nervous and don't be scared. And if you are, allow that to push you. Allow that to push you. You're a member and you haven't been in a school setting in 5, 10 years, and you're like, you know what? I need more certification up under my belt. I need more experience. I need to get up, current with some of these different technologies and tools that they have from when I started. It's okay. We are here for you. And I want to give a shout out to the members who has been, coming through since the new training school has been open. Even though we had a grand opening last Friday, we've been open for months, and we've had members and classes, and we still have classes over in Exton. So, Exton is not closed. It's just certain things that we can do in the city, in Philadelphia, we can't do in Exton, and vice versa. So yes, the doors of Exton are still there. Please, if you're listening and you're a member, and you want to get some more certification training up under your belt, go to myldctraining.com. The schedule is up there for you. You can register on a portal. That's very easy. And if you can't register and you find it difficult, the portal, there's a phone number for someone to assist you. When you're trying to register, they will walk you through the portal. And like I said, folks, we just want everybody to be successful. So real quick, and I said I was going to speak on it. I have 10 minutes left. I do want to speak on the gun violence in our city. And yes, to the family, my heart goes out to everyone who has been affected by it, 500 plus people in the city of Philadelphia, and recently to the young 10-year-olds who have died this week of gun violence. Folks, it's scary, and nobody has the answer. No politician has the right answer. No organization has the right answer. To be frank, you're supposed to know what's going on in your household, and you're supposed to find out what's going on in your household with your kids. And you're supposed to be the one that's vocal in your household when it comes to your kids. You can't be afraid to approach your kids. You can't be afraid to check their phones up under their beds, wherever the, guns may be, where they're hiding, because they're there. They're there. And if you know that it's a gun there, you need to get rid of it, or you need to put it in a safe place. You have to be responsible adults if you're having these guns around, and you can't lay them around for children. And I know it's accident, and nobody wants their child to come in harm's way with a gun. Okay? We know that you're not leaving it around on purpose, but you have a responsibility to your household, to your children, to your family, to be responsible and put the guns away where it's safe and away from kids, because out in the open is not safe. And I know you guys are going through a lot right now, these families of gun violence. And like I said, there's no overnight answer. As much as we look to the politicians and programs and things and people and the monies that's coming in, there is no overnight answer. So in the meantime, get involved in your household. Talk to your kids. Talk to your young adults. Talk to your children, 15 to 18. Then talk to the young adults, 18 to 25, that's still in your house. Because they're in your house. They're still in your household. And you need to have those conversations. And it's sad when the kids can't go to the recreation centers and play because they're not safe. It's sad when the kids can't be out front of their own, on their block in the summertime, at 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night, that wasn't late long time ago. You could be on your stoop. You could be on your patio. You could be on your porch at 9 o'clock at night. You didn't have to come in the house. You just have to be on the block. Now the block is not even safe. That's why you got to get your households in order, because these kids are our future, and we need them alive, and we need them to have hope. This cannot be the norm, folks. You cannot normalize death from gun violence. I refuse to say that this is the norm, okay? And you can't lock your kids away, but you got to figure it out. You got to come together as a community while the politicians and a lot of these organizations and programs are figuring it out. In the meantime, you got to come together from your household, and you got to seek, and you got to see what your kids are doing. You got to get involved, until the money's come through for these different nonviolent programs that they have, or gun violence, programs that they have. In the meantime, get involved in your household. Talk to your kids. Look at their phones. Kind of understand. I heard there's a lot of social media beefs that's going on that kids are involved in. Come on, folks. You got to get involved. The police are not there to knock on your door and, police your own household. You have to do it. You have to do it. And you can't turn your cheek on it. You can't act like it doesn't exist, because it does. And guess what? If you can't do it, bring somebody else in your family, or a friend that can do it, that can talk to your child. Sometimes, yes, the child doesn't want to hear it from the parents. Trust me, I'm a parent. I know my 15, 14-year-old, she doesn't want to hear it from me. So I may bring in, other forces. Talk to your brother. Talk to your uncle. Talk to, somebody else that can get through to them if you can't communicate or they won't listen to you. But we got to figure this out on our own. We can't really just wait for the programs. We don't have time to wait. We got to get involved now. We got to get these babies. We got to hold on to them. Get them up under us. Figure what that means. Figure it out. Get involved in your household, folks, because you're going to lose your household to gun violence and your community if you're not involved. It might not have happened or hit your home yet, but it's just a matter of time. And trust me, my heart goes out to all of the families who have been affected by gun violence, because there's no safe place, there's no safe time. Before it was like, late at night. Now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You're walking down the street with your 3-year-old or 5-year-old, child, and you see, the car stopping, people jumping out. Come on. Our communities have become the wild, wild west, and it's our people. It's our people. It's our people. Look in the mirror. It's our people, and it's the people that we know. My husband always says this, okay, you don't want to, snitch or tell what you saw. You don't want to be a witness to anything. How about writing a letter in? Writing a letter to somebody, the police station, the DA's office, and say, listen, I don't want to be a witness, but I know such and such and such and such at this address or this person, and they call him this on the street. This is what he's doing. Write a letter. This is what she's doing, okay? Write a letter, anonymous letter, and say, hey, this is what's going on. This person was involved in this. We got to do something. We got to step up, and we just can't wait. And we can't blame it on the police and say, oh, the detectives are not doing their job because, okay, but what are we doing? What are we doing? We know who's out there, okay? We know who's out there, who's doing this stuff. Somebody knows something. You don't have all these murders and nobody knows anything. Somebody knows something. People, we got to step up. We got to save our communities. We got to save our children, because it's going to be nothing left of us. And we can do better and we know better. And it's not just up to the police. It is not just up to the politicians, no matter how much we want to say they have to do something. It's not even up to the school districts because guess what? We are a culture that we are, we find ways to get things done. We always have, no matter what. And this time is of dire need that we got to step up and find a way to stop the violence and get involved. Okay, we real creative as a culture. We've been that way for hundreds of years, and y'all know what I'm talking about. And we have to continue to have that same mindset. We already know the obstacles that we face as a community. We already know what's out there. We already know it's different for for other people than us. We already know that. So now that we understand and we know, we have to start doing things, right? But we got to get involved. We can't turn a cheek, and we can't act like it doesn't exist. And whatever that looks like, it starts with your household. It really does, folks. So I want you to do this. I want you to have a great 4th of July weekend and understand that your independence is only what you're going to make of it because they're not going to give it to you.
The National Weather Service has issued